Oh my God. As soon as I click on it, I get to talking. Somebody out there pushing buttons. Crazy. Oh my God. Back at it again. What it do, baby? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Cancel. Close. Cancel. Close. Alright. I pull up at like 8 p.m. Who want me to guess why you single? Let me guess. Let me guess. Let me guess why you single. Let me guess. Let me guess. What's up, missus? How you doing? Guess you. I'll say from the post that I seen that you make. Now I won't say this about. Nah, I'm playing some music. I be singing while I play music. I just gotta get my music playing. But I think from the post that you make. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say this about a lot of guys, but you probably got some men who ain't really trying to have no in-depth conversations. You know what I'm saying? That may not be playing in your favor. I'm only basing it off the post though. You know, we done had a couple interactions here and there. But who knows? Who knows? I just got full access to full live, so trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to get interactive and whatnot. Y'all make sure y'all tap the screen and like the screen, like the live for me. She like, boy, go find someone. This ain't me. This four bats. You the one I love. Not there are some men, and I don't know your exact age, but I do feel like there are some men who sometimes they don't want to think. I'm not one of those men, but I feel like, or not even I feel like, I'm the type of person that if we can have an absolute honest conversation, then we can get further. Some men and women don't want to be completely honest. Like if you got a different opinion than me, then they just don't want to, they don't even want to talk about it. See, I'm 33, so we close enough, but I know from where you are and a little bit more up, it get you know, some people get stuck in their ways, so sometimes it's like that. But again, that's not every man. That's not every man. I'm just basing that off of like sometimes I see your content and you know, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know you was singing. I thought you would have been wrapped up, you know? We'll go find someone you love. I can't find no one. You the one I love. You can stand. You the one too fast. I'm sending this to more people on my live real quick. She lies. You for me. That you love me. I put the shit on God. Girl, go find someone you love. We'll put the shit on God. Now I also let y'all guess, you know what I'm saying, what my situation is, this ain't a one-way street, you know. I can guess why I'm single too. Y'all make sure y'all like the live for me.
McDonald's presents Burger Review
What up, money?
by Hamburger. Today's review, the best ever Big Mac burger. Take it away, Hamburger.
Hamburger.
There's more special sauce in every bite.
I just, hey, this is just, I don't even know. I ain't really looking deep into it. I didn't know, didn't know.
Filet of fish or 10-piece chicken McNuggets. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Comparison to prior classic burgers.
I can't say you don't seem like the type of person that would put all your business on Front Street. So, sometimes you never know. So it's some people, they be full-blown relationships and they have, their opinions and their persona online, and you would never know from what they talking about. Not saying that's you, but just some people. I can tell people that got a little privacy to them, Swipe to the right, comments. Oh, whoa, my bad. Alright, that's just the title. Let's get some, okay, see, I got full access, so I can do polls now. Alright, so, let me see what we got. Hold on, it's the middle of the day. I ain't gonna play this one now. Hold on. Let me see what we got. Quick poll. I don't even feel like entering all it is. I'm picky. How am I? You know what? That's crazy. Because I don't know if I post anything about me being picky, but yeah, I'm very specific. You might be right about that. What you think I'm picky about? Because, see, I had another topic that would have insinuated me being specific. All right, hold on for a batch. You slow. We slowing it down. Too slow for me. Hold on. Let me switch this up real quick. Y'all make sure y'all tap the screen and like the live. You know what I'm saying? It helps me out with engagement. I just got full access, so I'm trying to get to know some new people in here. Definitely shout out to the followers that are actually following me in here. Appreciate you. Let me see what we got. I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. I was on live last night. Not me, but I was on people's live last night way past Unk hours. Should not have been up that late, but I was. I'm gonna get this one a spin. Only you can ride with me. Alright. Fuck it. Let's see what the Q&A got. What is one thing you can't live without? What I say this? Some L's I'm not okay with. I'm always trying to downplay this. I gotta stop before I drive myself crazy. Listen. Hold on, we gonna pause the music. Now you're hitting on something. Beautiful chaos. You're hitting on something. I love natural women, body, hair, all that. But invitation to go live. Who is this? Toxic Queen? I don't know, Toxic Queen. Hold on now. Let me see what we got. Well, I missed it. You might have to send it to me again. I don't know. Your picture ain't look like you was a real profile, but Oxygen, right? I like natural women. I like real women if I can help it. And at the same time, the way the world is now, it's like if it's some things that have changed, if you don't tell me, I might not be able to tell. But preferred, I would like that, and that's not always the case these days, especially between the ages of 33 and up, especially 33 and 37. A lot of us is, we a little confused. I'm gonna tell you, a little confused. But if I can get something all natural, that's the goal. Clearly, you know what I'm saying. And makeup and stuff is one type of enhancement versus fake titties and fake ass. You feel me? Also learned on live last night, I can't be saying certain words. I might get blocked. Just hiding the type of shit you do after playing with a nigga's emotions. Okay, one thing you can't live without is oxygen. Of course. I forgot I put that up there. Girls like you, that fuck it up for everybody else. It be girls like you that's bad for your health. It be girls like you don't know how to keep it true. You supposed to ride or die, too busy telling lies. Whoa, it be girls like you. And I don't like liars, you know. I remember when only you belonged to me. Thought we had plans on you changing my last name. Before you would do me bad. Miss Locks, appreciate you tapping in. I just gave you a follow. Miss Locks, can I guess why you single? Can I guess why you single? If you single. Never met you at all. Now I just ignore all your calls. Got me like damn. Oh, so cold. That's Tone Stiff. Tone Stiff. Stith. He a songwriter, but he's an artist too, so. And it be girls like you that's bad for my health. It be girls like you don't know how to keep it true. You supposed to ride or die, too busy telling lies. Whoa. And it be girls like you. I'm waiting for my daughter to come in here and be like, Daddy, what are you doing? All of my time and attention, I swear I thought I knew you. The type of shit you do after playing with a nigga's emotions. Alright, we gonna shuffle this up. Let me see. Skirt. What do you say to yourself to motivate yourself? Some comments in the live were filtered. Yeah, some comments in the live were filtered. I think Toxic Queen was not a real profile. It was a bot. Body. Yes, sir. Lego. Let me see if I can add this to more people. Send this to more people. Do. I need you to be about we. Then call me. Beautiful Chaos, can you go live? You got over 1,000 or do you got access? Breaking all rules. Say it to sound cool. Not the type to settle up. Regular. On like a ever up. Like Coretta does. Like whatever wants. 101. Quick advice. But there's more to come. Co-host with the recommended creator to make friends. Show me how to. You want me to try to send you an invite to go live? Let's see. I know who you are, so I know you ain't gonna say nothing too crazy. I don't know if you're in a position to do it right now, but you know. Irrational. Music might be too low. I can't handle. I need you to be about we. So, Rochelle, appreciate you tapping into the live. Deb Luther, appreciate you. I followed y'all. If y'all watching for long enough, I'ma follow for sure. Appreciate y'all. Boom. Alright, that's another one right there. Always running game ass niggas. Paint that picture if I had it my way. Hey, we just talked about the natural. That's cool. You ain't gotta have makeup on. But luckily you stuck with me. Let me see if it let me though. You should see. I sent an invitation, so you should see something on your end. You should know that I'm about you. Oh Lord. It brought up all kind of screens. What's happening?
Know what I'm doing.
You on it now? I hear you.
You
Can you hear
see
me?
me?
You got your camera off, which is you ain't got to put it on if you don't want to. But I hear
Okay.
you though.
Give me a second. I'll put it on in a few minutes.
All right. You good? Let me see. I ain't. I mean, I'm over here like I know what I'm doing. Let me see. I'm gonna cut the Q&A off for a second. Hold on. I don't even know how to cut it off. I'm tweaking. Hold on. Hold up now. Hold up. Hold up. Dang. I don't know the. Oh nah, I ain't gonna do that because somebody put me on a show last night, and they was like, if you don't do your little talent in 3 minutes, it's gonna make you boot out.
Okay, let me see what I got to do.
You want to cut it on? You just gotta like click on the little camera thing, and it should cut it on.
Oh, I must. He said your connection user auto own. Oh, I'm a connection user auto owner, so you can't see me.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
that
okay. That's
sucks.
probably why. That's probably why.
That sucks.
But what you think? What you think? So okay, what I'm 33, 34, 35, 6, 7. So okay, I always like that too because the high school range I call it. The 4 years apart. What you think going on with us in our mid 30s? Why you think we all single right now?
Why I think we all single right now?
Yeah,
Uh, we have access to a lot of people that they didn't have access to back then. So of
right.
course, I believe people just thinking that they gonna always find better. They gonna always find better. Like so, you want to have access to the people in your neighborhood, but now you have access to people across seas. So you see different people daily. Social media ruined the dating game. It ruined it.
Yeah, for
It,
sure.
it,
That's a
it
fact.
ruined
That's
it.
a
So
fact.
I think that's basically what it boils down to. You're gonna have to deal with knowing
Yeah,
that people think that it's someone always better. Like, yeah, you good and all, but
I'm
this
still
little
listening to
show.
you. I'm coming right back.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, so that's basically what I think. But I don't know everything. What
Nah,
do
we
you
don't know.
think it is outside of that?
So I think definitely social media, and then like so the social media do give you access, and then I think most of it all is gonna stem from social media, but people just not being realistic. So even if we didn't have social media, I mean I ain't gonna lie, it all lead back to it lead back to how that has changed the world. But there are people who I don't know. I think just at this age range, it's just also dealing with having your experiences with individuals to where you done been through stuff. So we all date, especially like under 30. You go through your little relationships, and some of them not little. They deep. People date all throughout their 20s, and then they hit their 30s, and then they not together no more. So y'all been together 5, 10 years, and it didn't work out, and then people be scoring. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a situation or a relationship, not a situation, but a relationship for a pretty long time, about 5 or 6 years. My adult years, and it's you learn things, you go through stuff, but I don't consider myself necessarily scoring. But you have to have your moments where you go through stuff, and right now a lot of us we going through cycles, man. Like just hurt people, good people getting hurt, then hurt people hurting the good people, and then we just tumbling, going back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we all have to experience some form of life. That's what it is. I don't think people understand the proper of healing now. They don't, and I think it's because we don't teach us a certain level of morals these days. Like it's just we getting away from church, and you believe it's a lot of just be you and past behaviors that necessarily you don't always agree with. If like back then, that wasn't right, but it wasn't just projected on you to force to accept it. You know what I'm saying? But now they
Yeah.
force you to accept a lot of stuff. So I think it can be a variety of things, but I think that's basically what it boils down to. We need to get to a level of boundaries and setting some type of morals for ourselves versus then just okay, well, he wouldn't do it. In order for me to get over this person, I need another person. You didn't even
Yeah.
get time to hear. You didn't even reflect on your situation as a whole.
That's
So
a fact. That's a fact. That's something that I made sure I did. After my relationship, like just making sure I had my time. I had my time where I was like, as men say, like, f these hoes. I was on that, but then at the same time, it's like, I was like, that's not a way you wanna view it's that's not to everybody, and that's not even sometimes to the person you dealt with. It's just a mentality you go through or emotion you feel after you with somebody. But then you gotta understand what it's like to be alone and happy and healthy, not attached to somebody. And like you said, people don't be trying to figure out how to heal, and it don't always be therapy. Sometimes it's just creating better habits, and not allowing yourself to be so somebody similar to me. You just be too open to anybody, like just being there for everybody or being too open to anybody, any and everybody. Like people got to earn certain stuff from you, and I used to be more so one of the people who, like, if I meet you and we cool and everything cordial the first few weeks to a month, it's like, hey, why would I not, I'm whatever I do, I help you out, do for you, whatever, like, however I can. But realizing now, like, people got to earn that. People got both sides, men and women, they got to earn that from each other.
right, but a lot of times y'all men jump out head first trying to help a woman,
Yep.
and a lot of times that woman tend to like you under conditions and versus just liking you for who you are. So you have to understand the process of dating. Like, we don't know how to, when I say we don't know how to date, y'all think that just because this man take you on a lunch date or here, that's a form of dating. But in order for you to date someone and get to know them as a person, you need to date in a system where, like, you can interact with this person. Don't just go to a movie and dinner. You need to take her somewhere or him somewhere, however it goes, to like somewhere bowling, for you can see how this person interact with you. Like, that's like time, maybe pool or walk to a park somewhere where you have to have this person be able to engage in conversation, because engaging in conversation now is a lost art.
Telling you, I guess we could probably agree on this. I very much so come from being on the phone era all night, like stuff like that, and like long phone calls, and like I come across women who do like that nowadays, but then they're closer to my age. Anything younger than that, they rather text or whatever. But like and then in person, it's like, how is that conversation when you're in person? And sometimes you can't even get to more than two dates and really having deep conversations. And then a lot of people, which even myself, I'm at a space now where like it ain't about just getting some. Like, we gotta, like everything you just said, we gotta talk and interact. And I ain't even tripping off of trying to get some too early in the game. I want to know if I like you first. Like, I'm past that phase of just trying to 2 3 dates and then get some. Like, we do it. I cannot talk to you for an extended period of time, but I'm in a space. I'm back and forth. I'm in a space where if I'm dealing with somebody, it's intentional. But for the most part, I'm just trying to make sure I'm who I want to be as an individual before I really attach to somebody else. But when I come, sometimes you naturally just come across people. They say you find it when you're not looking. So
Right,
when you're not looking, and you find whoever. But if you're not intentional, and it's not gonna rock for me. Like,
right.
somebody can hit me right now and just say, "Yeah, I just want to give you something." It's like, I mean, it's tempting, but I'm just gonna.
Well,
I'm
let
a,
me tell you, if it's that easy, baby, you can get cool to me when you can't get a conversation. Like, I
you
mean, it's
know?
easy to get. It's nothing. Like, back then, you used to have to work for it. Now
Right.
you can get that before you get a meal.
I say
Like,
that all the time, like the stuff we see on social media, since you talked about it earlier, like that, men and women present on social media. You used to have to earn that access to see that stuff. Like some of the ways that, men post a lot of their stuff to brag or to try to attract whatever, leading with their money. Some men, not all. And then it's some women, not all, that lead with they sexuality and their image. And it's like, I remember, being middle, high school, and right after high school, we had to have conversations and dates or something to hang out for. I got a picture like that or whatever. Now
Right.
you can see that type of stuff for free, and it's crazy.
It's free.
Yeah. So
That's the sad part about it. They don't know the value. They ain't gonna learn the value of what they have until it's too late, and
hmm
that's basically what it is.
yeah, and I do think we now to the point to where it almost seemed like, I ain't gonna say the whole world, but a lot of us, especially a lot of us in America in particular, like the way we date, because it ain't even at this point, it ain't really just a race or community thing. It's just America. It's the
Right.
the U.S. and a lot of people we had it seemed like everybody either hurt, they either happily crazy in love, or they hurt and they single, and it's like I think we get to that point to where people our age range and up, we know we learning our lessons, and the younger generation they gonna have to go through their stuff, of course, but I think we get to a point to where we starting to change the image of it, and even some of the younger kids, a lot of these younger kids coming out the gate like they not playing them games that's been going on the last 10 years. Like I won't even say kids, the younger adults, they're not playing them games. They just like, look, I'm focused on my whatever, and it's like if we serious, we serious. If we not, I'm not doing all that soul ties, catching bodies, and wasted dates, and balling out on the first date. That's a lot of young men who just ain't even playing them games no more.
And they shouldn't, because history have
Mm-hmm.
showed that women are some form of, sometimes can be, I don't want to say that word, but sometimes they can abuse
Mm-hmm.
their kindness. That's
Yep.
basically what it is, and that's, I mean, it's just obvious. Like a lot of women know they're not interested in you, and they'll still go out on a date with you. They know
Yeah.
they're not interested in you, but they'll still want you to pay for this. And then when you be like, "Well, you thought y'all was serious," oh, well, I don't like you like that.
Yep.
If
Yep.
you didn't like me like that, you shouldn't have wasted my time or took my money. But they do it. They do it. And
Yep.
that is starting to be a problem. So a lot now they found these men, they getting hip to it. Now they don't want to do it. Now they talking about, well, I can't date him because of this and that. Well, y'all created that monster. Y'all wasted time with people that y'all shouldn't have been wasting time with. Because I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm a woman. If a woman really rocks with you, I kills you not. It ain't that much stuff you gonna have to do for her. She ain't gonna look for
I
you
know.
to do all that for her. She just ain't. She just gonna want to be up under you, under your time. Now, don't get me wrong. A woman do want you to take care of her,
Right.
but
Right. Right.
she's not gonna. The expectations is
It's not
not
that
gonna
high.
be high off the rip.
Yeah, she gonna have a baseline, and I had to learn that the hard way. Like it's not, and it's something I've known and experienced even when I was younger, but just still going, come across the same hurdle with different women. It's like, dang, it's really true. Like if I have to do 10 things for one woman versus having to do two or three things for another woman, more than likely that other woman, it's not that she has low standards or nothing like that. She just really interested in you. The other
Right.
one's just trying to put you through hoops, and to take up for what you're saying on the not to take up for, but on the men's side, like you made a good point. A lot of men, um, they do lead with trying to do things for a woman, or I won't say providing, but just doing things for them up front because that's what we thought or been taught to do.
Right.
And even though, like you said, women shouldn't accept it, I can see as a man why some women do. Because it's like, I mean, I see dudes all day on TikTok like, hey, let me cash app you. They ain't never met this woman a day in their life, and it's like, why would she turn it down? I think today was the first time I was on this girl live, and dudes was asking for her cash app, whether they really had money or not, who knows? But she was like, bro, I'm not. First of all, I'm not doing nothing crazy for no money, and two, I'm not just gonna take your money because I don't know you or don't like you. So I was like, that's okay. That was dope because I don't really hear that. Usually I see, oh, okay, bet you want cash at me? Cool, here you go.
Right.
And that's uncommon. So it's at a point now where like we were just saying, there's a lot of men ain't doing what they used to do. A lot of women ain't doing what they used to do. And I try to keep it as balanced as possible. Like me talking about what men did wrong and should be doing, and I appreciate when a woman talks about what women should be doing. But it is some to a degree. I guess if we gonna lean a little bit, I say 55-45 to 55 on women. Some of the stuff they kind of did to themselves,
They
to a
have.
degree, for
But
sure.
I also think men They taught y'all how to be men. They say this is how you treat your woman. This is how they. We don't teach our women that. They don't say this is what you do. They don't
Yeah.
say that. They teach you, well, you need to get you a man to take care of you. But in order for you to get you a man that's gonna take care of you, what are the traits that I have to have as a woman?
Yep, yep, yep.
They not
Now,
teaching it. And them conversations that need to be had.
that's true. That's true.
And
I had that conversation with my mom before, like just just talking about stuff in passing, because I try to speak to elders and stuff that I know live a lifestyle like I want to have, and yeah, that's true. Like it does seem like men, whether it's right or wrong, we were taught something about how to treat a woman, whether it's doing these things, doing these things, but it doesn't seem like women were really taught much of anything about what they should do for a man. They were taught how to not be treated by a man, but not taught how to treat a man, and that's the part where a lot of men, especially in our age range, just in general, probably 30 to 40, like they just try. They like a lot of men is just like nah. They're finding out their worth, should I say? And I hear a lot of I've seen a handful of videos and stuff like that, and even personal experiences of women saying that jokingly that they don't like a man knowing his worth, but a lot of dudes are at that point like nah, I don't have to do all this for you because you haven't earned it. And certain words are triggering, like making you earn it. That seems like men are being manipulative, but it's like nah, dudes we got to earn a woman's attention to a degree and respect, like not shouldn't be going over the top with it, but like you said, if it's natural they're gonna be into you, but you still gotta kind of, we gotta go out there, and if I'm in public I gotta approach you and shoot my shot, and that's earning it. But
right.
yeah, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
all these years later, it's been like 4 years strong. It's just like all we this the hot topic is just dating and relationships and figuring it out, trying to figure it out.
Do you know what women are taught? Well, I was taught. I don't know all women, but most women, that came from that generation before us, well, me,
Mhm.
a little before, well, and also before you, was taught that don't depend on a man because basically it was from a bitter point of view. They were scarred, they was hurt. Don't depend on a man, get your own. So now you have all these independent women that probably are great women, but they so stuck on not depending on a man, get your own. So now we are separated because we so independent that even if we found a good man, we tend to push him away because now he wants you to operate in your feminine energy when you
Mhm.
still operating in your masculine energy because you still trying to survive instead of allowing yourself to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Trust this man to even see if he's gonna let you down or not because you done listened to some better advice.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I think like I personally experienced in more than one situation where like and I get what you're saying because a lot of it is what some women were taught, but excuse me, they it's hard for women to accept help from a man when they're being offered the help. So it's one thing to if we talking already in a relationship and like you said, a man knowing who he is and what he brings and trying to get you to now move in a way that you haven't, like just being feminine and all that. But even just simply as me first meeting a woman in the first, let's say, 30 days, she got a problem and tire go flat. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm close. I can help you. I'm like, no, 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 I got it. I got AAA. I got these things. Cool. You got that stuff in place because you were single and you didn't have to depend on nobody. But you can't be mad at me if the next two times I offer my help, you say no, and now I'm not offering help. But you feel like you've known me long enough to now you can accept the help, but now I don't want to offer. So it's like one of those. We doing this, you know what I'm saying? We waxing on and waxing off in the bad way. Like it ain't getting us nowhere. So
Right.
I've experienced that personally. Like sometimes I'm like, I know you can't change immediately when you meet somebody new, but like just I guess I don't like to make blanket statements, but when we make the comparison of like dudes doing wrong, we call them dogs, right? And it's like if men are dogs, you can't be mad if you train us the wrong way to do the wrong thing,
Right.
Like that's
Because a
just
man,
that's
a
just
man gonna start off person. I don't think people in general gonna start
yeah.
out treating you like they want to treat you. They already put you in a category because
Yep.
I was told that when you know, you already put them in a category of where you gonna put a place in your life. Either through conversation, you're gonna be like, okay, I can see myself getting serious with this person. Oh, okay, this ain't gonna last long, and you start trying to treat them. But if you steady pushing a man away, every time he offer you something, and every time you do that, eventually he's gonna just fall in where you put him. Eventually,
Yep.
she gonna just fall in where you put her, and that's basically what it is. We don't understand that. So I'm just gonna speak on self. I found myself when I was, younger, living in that life and when as wise as I am now. I felt like if a guy asked me, well, let me do this for y'all. No, I'm good. I got it. No, I'm good. I
Yep.
got it. I used to
Yep.
get, they'll try to hold a door for me, and I'll be like, no, I'm gonna get it. Or now I'm learning. If you gonna be a gentleman, I'm gonna allow you to be a gentleman.
That's all you can do because at the end of the day, you like I said, it can get to a point to where it deters men, and it take time, but when you do have those dudes, like it's some dudes who just naturally they never learn that stuff, so they never did it, and they learn it on the back end of life. But there's some dudes they understand it in the beginning, but then they become the guy who stops doing it, and women are like, well, why would you ever change, or why would you quit? Some women, and it's like, nah, I done dealt with so many women in between before I met you who would appreciate that. It's like I don't even feel like putting that energy out there now because it ain't reciprocated.
Right.
And reciprocity is the biggest thing I think that's missing. Like just genuine reciprocity.
Right.
Like people want something because you did something, but like I'm gonna help you out just cause like been in situations where I meet somebody new and something come up, like I said, a tire thing or something like that. Like, hey, look, this I know we just really met for the most part. It's been a few weeks, but like if I help you with this, it's cool. Like if we don't talk 6 months from now, I don't care. Like I'm just helping you because it's the right thing to do. That's the person I am. But then you got some dudes who like, well, I changed the tire. We should be, you owe me some. Nah, that's not the case.
Right.
But it's definitely just reciprocity for sure.
And a lot of people are looking for something like they keeping tabs. They writing that stuff down. I did this for them. I did this for them. So soon as you can't do something, well, I did this. Now you think I'm obligated? No, you didn't do that from a genuine spirit.
Yeah.
Because if you did it from a genuine spirit, this conversation would never come up. This tick for tack conversation.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are brain. It's tough. It's tough. That's why I like deep conversation, because if you can get somebody to talk about a deep conversation, you will understand the way they think, and
Yep.
you will get to know them as a person. And a lot of people don't know how to. I don't know if they don't know how to process these conversations. I don't know if they're afraid of them, but I can't get nowhere with you if we can't have intelligent conversation. I could be silly, I can be goofy, I can do all that, but intelligent conversation goes a long way. And I need to know where your mindset is. And the way this world is now, you have to ask serious, hard
Serious
questions.
question. Yeah, for sure. Like, and a lot of the questions that, especially in the dating range, and I almost understand it for let's say 25 and younger, specifically like that 18 to 25 range. I understand if they not asking, do you want to get married? Do you want kids? You're fairly young, so I kind of get it. But 25 and up, there's no reason we should be on the second date and we haven't discussed some of these topics, or we shouldn't be intending on discussing some of these topics. Naturally, of course, I think a lot of people they got that internet checklist right now, which is we don't need that. That whole what you bring to the table. We don't need all that. But if you connecting with a person, if you came into it like, or if I know I come into it like, hey, I want to be married. I know I want at least one more kid. You know what I'm saying? What's your views on faith? Like we need to have them conversations because otherwise it shouldn't be no third, fourth date. And some people try to avoid it because they're like, nah, it's too serious. It's like, well, what else are we here for? Like, I'm not.
People
I
don't date intentionally. And you know the reason why it's too serious, because they don't know what they want as people.
exactly.
And in order for you to have this conversation, you have to know what you want as a person.
Hmm.
And that is something a lot of people don't know, because they told that they want this,
Yeah,
and they
but they
should
don't.
have this, and they should have that, and that goes totally against their desires. And it's okay. Date in your season. If you know you want a guy that you can hang out with here and there, you need to date a guy that's that's in that lifestyle. Don't date nobody that's intentionally looking for someone to marry, intentionally looking for someone to be a life with, because y'all ain't on the same page starting off. I'm not here to catch up with you, and I'm
Right.
not here to wait on you. I'm here in life. Either this is not your time to be with me, so you go get your stuff together and catch up with me later. But you have to keep understanding that I'm steady growing. So maybe it'll never be a later. And you
Yeah.
have to choose that. And a lot of people don't want they have good people around, but they don't want to let them go because they don't understand how to change self. They don't understand what self want, but their ego is too big to accept the loss.
Hmm.
It is okay.
Yeah, for sure. That's a fact. And I even similar to myself, like recently, the top of this year, end of last year, the top of this year, like I had very recently, the last date I had, it was a situation of someone that on the surface was everything that would check off. So as men, you got to check off the attraction list first. So the attraction was there. That box was checked off, and then I had to actually meet him in person. I met him online, so I had to meet him in person and see how they were. We've had phone conversations so we could talk. So that was box number two. But just off of everything, I was like, okay, I'm just so far, I'm into this person. Had the first date, and we talked, and then it ended up being a situation where afterwards, we probably talked a few weeks, just phone and text conversations, probably about 3 weeks before we actually met up because they was busy. I kind of played the waiting game because I was interested. We had a date, we dated, we went on that date, and then a week later, I ain't hear from him. Ghost, like I think I'm blocked with my phone number. So it's like, hey, it happens, but at the same time, it's like it sucks because it's one of them situations where that was somebody that on my side I was no questions interested in outside of getting to know them deeper. But then on the flip side, I had someone who I had to kind of weigh the odds. Like, okay, they were a good person, but like, am I interested? Do I know? It was just things about them I had to figure out. And now I'm looking back at it, like you said, there's some people who you missing out on a good person because you just don't know, and then but you paying attention to things that you feel like you want. And so like now I'm at a space where after that situation, I don't think I'm gonna really be focused on dating the rest of the year per se. It's just like I'm gonna just focus on what I need to do, and I got a lot of other stuff going on. But I was one of them people that felt like this last those last two experiences just finally put a nail in the coffin for me to feel like, okay, I'm past the age range of meeting somebody to build with in a sense of like from the ground up. Like now I'm like, okay, I got to get my career path and where I'm trying to go, get all that solidified. That way I'm just locked in and I'm comfortable as an individual. Versus when I was 30 and younger, it made sense. Like I always thought that like I'm doing what I'm doing, but like once I meet my wife, then we gonna get a house and make a family and do all these things. But now I'm now
Why should you put your life on hold till
right,
you
right.
have someone coming? This is what I'm gonna tell you, and I believe this too. I believe this with everything in me.
Mm-hmm.
And this an old man told me this, and I really believe it. It's a man. If a man reach the financial lifestyle that he want, that like he making the money that he want, he's gonna pick the girl that he's want. That's the girl he want. That's the girl he want because money can take care of her in this lifestyle, and she is what she want. But when you meet a man that's living and in between houses, jobs, just not stable. I ain't saying that you can tell. You can tell when a man ain't where he at in life.
Right, where he want to
And
be.
you
Yep.
and you meet this man, and this man do commit to you. When he tends to grow, the likelihood of you still being the woman he desire is very slim. And I believe that. I believe that. That's why when I talk to them guys, they're I don't want to say that's well, I'm gonna say it not in my league, meaning that I'm
Yep.
37. I have a career. I have my
Mm-hmm.
own house. I have one child.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of stuff going for myself. I'm financially stable. I'm not looking for a guy to just take care of me because I already have something. So if I meet a man that's, I tend to know that men that are or under me, those the ones that want to be in a relationship instantly. You looking for me to be your come up, and I'm not her sweetheart. And that's what people have to understand. You have to pay attention to the signs. I'm not the girl. I want a relationship. I deserve. I would love to get married one day, but I'm not in desperate need of one. You see what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of women do. They get these men where he really wanted to be with me. Whoop de whoop. Yeah, why would I not want to be with you? You got one kid. You got your own house. You got a career. I don't have to do much for you.
Right.
So why would I not want to be with you? You helping me. And as soon as that man get on his feet, guess where he go? Or what he start doing?
Yep. You'll find exactly what he really want.
Right. So
Yep.
I tell women to pay attention to that. You have to pay attention to the signs. One thing about a woman and a man, I don't care how busy you are, if you into that person, you it might be 5 minutes. But if you got 5 minutes, let me see what baby girl doing. Let me see what he doing. Let me check in with him real quick. No matter how busy you are, we all are busy. But when you really want to pursue somebody and you interested in them 5 minutes be feeling like 30 minutes. It feel like a lifetime because this is who you choosing. You know, this is who you want to be with. People ain't that busy. So when people tell me I'm busy, they busy and they give me the baby, you might well go and lose my number because I know you ain't interested. I'm not that girl for you.
That's all it
For
is.
whatever reason, I'm okay with it.
Yep. And that's a hard lesson to learn. And like I said, I think we, like in our age range, a lot of us have learned that in the later years around where we at now. And it's more recently for me now. I have, and like I said, with the last situation between the two individuals, the dynamic, it was like I've heard the same thing over the last 3-4 years. I was like, yo, I've heard from men that like men should focus on getting themselves where they want to be, becoming who you want to be. Not even necessarily just financially, because a lot of dudes get stuck on that. But it's some dudes who, they want to do what they want to do. Whether they want to be a nomad, they want to live on a farm, whatever. Like just they become who they want to be. So when you are living in that and as that person, you're living your life, you're gonna meet the woman. You'll come across the type of woman you want, and it's no questions or no shakiness about who you are. And for me, I was like, I tried to kind of like I wasn't sure how I felt about that same piece of information. Like, men should get themselves become who they want to be first. And I realized with one of the people I was dealing with, the reason stuff was in question was because I'm like, okay, but if I was really where I wanted to be, is this who I want to be with? And I realized that wasn't necessarily the case. So I was like, okay, I don't know if it's gonna work, But then on the flip side, I end up not too long after meeting somebody who I'm not where I want to be, but this is the type of person I want to be with, and then it just ain't even. It ain't even. It was short lived. So it's like now I'm like, let me just, like I said, let me go ahead and get myself squared away because I do believe that like men are going to. It's better for them to. Men got to figure themselves out first, and see that's the thing too.
People in general.
Like men aren't taught. It was a whole lot less of that than there is now. I can appreciate in the men's space on the internet, it's a lot more men delivering that message like you heard and saying like, hey, don't get caught up on women. It's naturally gonna happen, but don't spend all your time chasing women and just chasing money. Figure out your finances, figure out your career, but make sure you're healthy, you're mentally stable, your faith is in order, and make sure you get that in order because you need to have some sort of discipline because women can be your downfall. And once you get that discipline, then it's really easier to find the person you want to be with long term versus just out here just chasing, knocking them down. Like I really feel like the short window from basically the college years, after 18 to 22, you need to kind of shave that down. You shouldn't be just out here just going crazy. And even then, I would say it's smarter to focus in on what you're really trying to accomplish first. But I can't say I appreciate a lot more men telling young dudes to basically, for lack of better words, keep your dick in your pants and focus on who you want to be. Because all that extra stuff is not, that's what we was taught in the 90s and 2000s. Like, it's just like, or late 80s, whatever. Men were taught like, yeah, you just got to go run through them and get a bunch of, it's like, nah, that's not the case. That's not the case at all.
It's not. It's not. Then you have all these babies. Then you have baby. You not. It's so much stuff come with it. It's not. It's not worth it. It is not worth it at all.
and I'm similar to you. Got one child, and I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to get the finances and career in order now. So I'm probably on the same trajectory as you around that age range. I'll probably have that absolutely solidified. But like right now, I'd rather take the next 4 years and just just be cool. Make sure I'm spending my time with my little one and doing what I need to do, and then eventually get that established to so I can they say you shouldn't look, but by the time you get to that point, you'll probably start meeting more people because you're moving with that energy and you're being the person you want to be. And even like you are already essentially as an adult, you established and got things the way they should be. So you'll eventually find somebody that's moving in that likeness and actually can appreciate it. That's not under you per se. And I also don't think it's not wrong with using words like that. Some people get triggered, but it's like I used to be very much so, not I didn't like terms like, someone being above or under or in your league or whatever. But at the end of the day, if we just say it's on the same page, like you gotta for sure at least be in the same chapter. Like if y'all not on the same page, you gotta be on the same chapter. Some people don't even be in the same book. It just be way, way off. And
Right.
that's where I'm at. I'm just trying to find somebody same couple pages removed, cool. But as long as we're in the same chapter, we can get it right. But I gotta lock in on myself first. So
Right.
I'm going back and forth with it. But I'm like,
Learn what you as a person. That was one of my biggest prayers that I didn't want to. It's a lot of women that are 40 plus still trying to find themselves, and one of my biggest prayers was I don't want to be 40 plus not knowing who Kendall are. That's my name, Kendall. Not knowing who she is as a person, not knowing her outside of me being a daughter, outside of me being a mother. Who am I? And you have to learn yourself as a person. And then when you start dating, you date around. People get in this date and lock in and think, especially women think that, oh well, he should be. I'm dating him, so I shouldn't focus on somebody else. But when you're looking for a new car, do you just look at one car, or do
right,
you look at multiple cars? But before you make that purchase, you need to make sure you date around. I date this person. Let these people understand that you are dating around. Now, if this man, because a man gonna choose you, and this
yeah,
man
for sure.
say, "Oh well, Kendall, I'm thinking of, I want this to be serious." That's
Hmm.
when you cut off other people. You don't pick that man because it normally don't work when the woman do the picking. So that's basically what you have to understand, and that's what I tell guys: date
Hmm.
around. I might be a nice person to hang out with, laugh, shoot the shot, but date around, because if you just focus all your time on me, of course you gonna think I'm her, and
Yeah,
then you can meet someone down the line and realize, oh, now she wasn't it. You know,
yeah, yeah, for sure. And
so be intentional. And
that's
I'm gonna tell you this: like you seem like you pretty well rounded and you're an intelligent person. I'm not telling you to take dating off the list, but just if it happened, it happened. But just understand at the end of the day that you got to know, you have to be honest enough with yourself to know if this is who I like, if this is who I want to be with. Can I see when I get to a certain point in life, I can still choose her?
yeah.
And a lot of men don't see that. A lot of men see now and not in the future sometimes.
Hmm. And I usually I agree and I appreciate that too. And I usually do. I'm one of the ones who do look further in the future, but just based off the little bit that I've known about a woman, and then bu- uh, and well, based off the little bit I know about you now, and not really before I get to know more about you. So like I could see I've had times where I could see somebody and get to know them in a short period of time, like I said, a month or two, and I'm like, okay, I can see how this could be something in the future, and I should think like that, but I still have to vet and do more of that. Getting to know them longer. But that was one of my downfalls. Just being I would say under 30 is definitely I was a one at a time person, and that's still who I am at the core. But I feel like it's because I also wasn't as busy as I should be, and I won't say busy, but I wasn't doing the other things I need to be doing to make sure it was in order. So like outside of me just having a job, which I should have, and now I have a little one that I spend time with. It's just me. I would just be whoever I'm dealing with. I have time for them. It's like no, I should be working out, going to church, you know what I'm saying, figuring out, there's a couple other things like I should have hobbies and other stuff, and a lot of that stuff is true. And I've learned that, like you said, if I meet a couple of women at a time, make it obvious for sure. Don't lie, let them know what's going on, but I shouldn't have so much time, especially not just for one person, that I'm so caught up in them that I'm already thinking they the one in a short period of time. Because I should have a little bit more going on, and it took me a while to realize that. And I do agree. Like it's something where, and then as we know, that don't mean you got to be sleeping with whoever or whatever. But I think that yeah, more dating, getting to know more than one person in a time frame is better than just focusing on one, because it's always gonna look like that might be the one. It's always gonna look like that.
Of course, because that's the only person you dealing with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy out here, but I think these type of conversations, they're being had, and I mean, I appreciate to try to have it on our platform and stuff like that. But sometimes just regular folks like me and you gotta just, what I'm saying, just put it out there. Whoever listen, I know I got somebody else on the line watching, so I appreciate y'all. But that's the type of stuff that I think a lot of people can agree with, and I don't think nothing you really said was too biased. I try not to be on my side either, but hopefully people can take some bits and pieces of advice out of that, man, because it's crazy out here for sure. Just don't be moving around hurt. If you're gonna be hurt, you definitely don't need to be dealing with nobody.
You don't take the time out to heal, because I'm telling you, you can tell if you a healed person, you can hear bitter advice very clear. I was like, I mean, like I listen to women that give out advice just at work. I'm dealing, work with a bunch of females, and it's guys in there too, because I'm the male lady. But you listen to that, they be talking about relationship advice. I'd be like, oh, that was bitter. That came from a hurt place, baby. You need to let that go. You can hear it. Like, I don't know. Don't tell that person that. If you listen to some of these women, they can, like, I know a woman to this day, she can tell you a story of how a man hurt her, and it been over 20 plus years.
20,
But
yep,
she will be able to tell you this story like it happened yesterday.
yeah,
You done held on that for 20 years. This man done went on, moved on in his life, done remarried, done left that alone, and you still stuck there. Can't give nobody else a chance. Because you didn't take the time out to heal. You steady looking for a reason to hate men. And when you listen to it, you can tell, like, the story. When you listen to it, you can tell the story. You played a part in it too, sweetheart. Like, you had some stuff you need to change, and a lot of people don't want to hear that you got to change this about you if you want this type of person. One thing about correction, it comes from love. If a person take the time out to correct you and teach you anything, it's because that person love you as an individual, or that person cares. No, I'm not gonna teach nobody nothing that I don't really care for, and that's the truth. That's why you discipline your child. That's why you do that. It comes from love, to let this person know that this is how this supposed to go. But when you allow a person to be free, you will see what we living in to the day. That's what's going on. You allowing them to be so free that they confused, because they didn't even have boundaries when they was 2-3 years old.
right,
They
right, yeah,
just
for
so
sure.
confused,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
and they feeling like they just living life when that's not even much how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, and that's a fact, and especially like with my little one now, just as far as just boundaries as just a kid, period. Like you said, it's a lot of that stuff do come from the stuff people learn in their first 5, 10 years of life, just feeling like they can do what they want, and then growing up, you just that stuff it correlates. It's funny because when school days, when people say stuff like, I used to have teachers telling me, if you're gonna be late to class, you're gonna be late to work, and then if you're gonna be late to work, you're gonna and here I am as somebody who's older. I gotta, time management is an issue. Let's just say that. So your habits they do correlate to other parts of life and stuff like that. And if you don't get ahead of them, it's gonna do you dirty. It definitely will.
Right.
Oh yeah, but no, I appreciate it. I just wanted to try to get on here and go live for a little bit. We done talked for about an hour now, so I appreciate it. So, yeah, it's been about
You can
55
take
minutes.
up all your time.
Oh yeah, it don't be that it don't always it don't always seem as long as it is, but nah, I appreciate the conversation, and I'm gonna probably get off of here, and I'll probably hop back on a little later so I can tend to my little one, give some attention to her. But I appreciate it for sure.
No problem. Thank you. You have a good day.
All right, you too. But yeah, man, it be getting crazy out here. I don't know how to. I gotta get the guest thing back off. Hold on, I'm gonna hop back off, and then I'm gonna probably hold up. Oh yeah. Okay. Wow, I could have did that earlier. I'm sitting here trying to figure out my screen small. But all right, so I'm appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all that was listening. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get off for a little bit, and I'm gonna probably come back on in like an hour or something like that.